Well, I got started, my father was a mason by trade, and he was one of four owners in Superior Masonry Builders. And so I worked for him. Actually, I started out as a water boy. Back then, we had a water boy. He would get water and distribute it to the masons and the laborers. So I did that, and then from there, I would clean up job sites and eventually clean up the construction yard. When I went to high school, I became a concrete laborer and a mason laborer, which gave me a pretty good, well-rounded background into both fields. And then I remember when I was in grade school yet, I was getting paid 6 cents an hour. And so I asked my father, I says, I think, I should get a raise. And so he said, well, I agree. He said, well, how much? And I said, well, 50 cents a day. So basically I got a 2-cent raise. Instead of 48 cents a day, I was making 50 cents a day. So I found that kind of funny at child labor, but it worked out well though. So I had a good time working there, and so that's how I got going. Okay, well, as I stated, I worked as a laborer and a truck driver for Superior through high school. And I also washed brick for them. And so when I was a sophomore in college, I decided I was going to start my own company. So I started Badger Brick Washers, and I would wash brick, the Superior's brick, and several other contractors in town. This gave me enough money to pay for my education, and then also gave me the flexibility of my hours, because a lot of times I would have to wash after everybody was off site because nobody likes a brick washer. So from there, then I decided, because I had a little bit of concrete background, I started doing small side jobs. That kind of grew, and then contractors asked if I could do punch lists for them, so I would do their punch list, which is a thankless job, and did that through high school or through college. I graduated in business administration, and then with a minor in real estate and urban development. 1975 or 76, I came back to Superior, became secretary treasurer, and then through the process, I took over the masonry division and then the concrete division, as well as running the office. By 1985, I bought out all the other partners, and I hired a guy, Don O'Byrne. He was my VP. Greatest guy ever. He was my mentor in the construction industry, and I always remember his words to me, because I was estimating too. And he said, Mark, he said, I want to give you some advice. He said, don't take it wrong. He said, but you're never going to be a good estimator. He said, you just don't have the time. You have too much on your plate. I took his advice to heart. He said, I'll handle the estimating, everything will be fine. And it was the best thing I ever did, is listen to somebody, give me some good advice, and follow that advice. So from there, Superior just kept growing to where it is now. Probably the first challenge I faced was getting people to accept new ideas, particularly the other owners. Superior was an okay company, but I knew we could be a lot better than what we were. And so to teach the old cat new tricks, so to speak, was a little challenging. The other thing is replacing some of the guys that we had in the field that just were there punching a clock. I was looking for people that would give me the honest day's work, get a good pay, and become a family. And so that took a lot of time. And then the other thing probably would be I'm a union contractor, and that can be a little challenging at times, because it does take a lot of your time negotiating contracts and all the different funds that they have sitting on those, participating in those funds is very time consuming. Well, proudest moments, life in general, I would say, is my family. That's priority number one to me. Next, I would say just getting Superior to what it is today, from a small, like I said, okay company to a very successful company, serving the industry. I mean, I love that. You know, that's gives me joy and happiness. Having my son join me in the business, which I never encouraged. We're very lucky that it worked out. A lot of times that never works out, and it actually divides family, but he has been a tremendous asset, and he's actually he's 50% owner now and has expanded the company even more than when I was in control. So, I mean, I find that very rewarding. And also the Masonry Foundation, you know, that has a chance is changing the future of our industry. We're able to, you know, do things like workforce development. We're able to run programs at the universities to promote masonry and teach masonry. We can promote public safety, the use of masonry versus wood. So, I mean, there's just a whole lot of things that touch you. The people in this industry are just the best that you can meet. I mean, doing concrete, I'm also know a lot of concrete people, but masonry people, they're special. Staying true to yourself, being who you are. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. We have a program, City Youth Martial Arts, and so I talk to those people there, and it's the same principle, you know. Don't try to be the tough guy, just be who you are, and people will respect that. And the other thing that kind of ties with that is struggles plus effort equals success. So nothing in life that's worthwhile is easy. But if you put the time in, the struggles and the effort, you're going to be successful. Biggest challenge right this moment would be workforce development. We just don't have the skilled people for any of the trades. And that's, again, tying back to the foundation and different things. We need to get into the high schools, even grade schools, and start promoting the trades. The more we can do that, the more people we bring in, the better choice we will have for individuals. I think that's a huge problem. And the other problem is gaining back our market share. We've lost a lot of market share to competing products, and that is because we haven't promoted masonry and the advantages of using masonry. So down the road, again, the foundation hopefully can help change the minds of architects, engineers, and public officials. My legacy. Yeah, it's kind of a difficult question. I guess I look at it as is just to leave this place a little better off than when you came here, and do the little things to help other people succeed. That's what I want to be known for, stepping up to the plate, whether it's in the industry or outside the industry. Doing good for others is by far the best thing that you can do. Well, my advice would be the fact that nothing comes easy, that you're going to have to work hard. And it goes back to what I said earlier, that struggles and effort equals success. And the more struggles you have, the stronger of a person you will become through the process. And my other thing would be is, as you grow and become more successful, fall back and reach out and help that next person and give him a helping hand. And, you know, hopefully that person then does it to the next person. It just keeps spreading. Well, first and foremost, I would say it's an honor, okay? but I don't believe it is my honor. This industry is made up of a lot of good people, contractors and suppliers, and it really is their award. It shouldn't be mine. And it doesn't matter the person that puts in a lot of hours giving back to the industry or somebody that just does a little bit. The fact that they're doing anything makes them all part of this industry. So again, I'm honored, but as far as I'm concerned, this should be their award, not mine.